Welcome to The Excellent Way, a podcast where we have conversations about reframing the way you train, the way you eat, the way you sleep, and the way you think so that you can build the health you've always wanted so that you can live excellent. What is up, guys? Welcome back to The Excellent Way. Yes, it's been a minute since you heard from me. I know I relaunched this podcast a couple of weeks ago. I thought I was going to do one a week. Turns out that's a little too ambitious for my schedule. So now the goal is I'm going to hit you guys with one of these once a month. And since it's November and we're in the thick of the holiday season, today is going to be the special edition where we talk about my holiday survival guide. I'm going to give you 6 things, not 5, 6. Get a bonus one today on how to survive the holidays. Now, here's the thing. If you're a gym person, these are all going to make great sense. If you're not a gym person, guess what? These are for you too, because it doesn't necessarily have to do with the gym. So if you catch this podcast and you're a regular gym goer, you're going to know a lot of these, and these are going to be great. But if you're not a regular gym goer, or maybe you know somebody who's not a regular gym goer, is like, dude, I'd really like to see you coming out of this holiday season on a better foot than normal. Send them this. I promise you, at least 5 of the 6 are going to help them out, even if they're not regular gym goers. Okay. So starting out, number 1, what I want you guys to do is keep in mind that this is a holiday season, not a month. Okay. So if you go from Halloween, which is about when the craziness starts, all the way through New Year's Eve, you've got 62, 63 days. Out of that, you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. So you've got 4 days out of 62 or 63, depending on how you count that, total days that are days where you can just go out and enjoy the holiday, right? On Halloween, my family and I, we went out, we took the kids out trick-or-treating. My wife and I enjoyed the evening. We had a couple of beverages. We had some candy with the kids at the end of the night. But then the next day, we were back to paying attention to what we put in our bodies, right? We went back to eating lean meats and fruits and vegetables, and paying attention to the quality of the food that we're putting in our body and the quantities of food that we're putting into our body, because we want to fuel ourselves well to make it all the way through this holiday season. Okay. The other reason that's important is if you're fueling yourself well most of the time, you're less likely to get sick. So all those germs that are around you, if you've good quality food in your body, you're going to be less likely to get sick. Okay. So it's just something to keep in mind. So as Thanksgiving comes up, dude, go and enjoy Thanksgiving, even if you count Black Friday as a holiday. Okay. So that's 5 out of 62 days. That's, the majority of those days should be days that, hey, you know what? I can still be on point with the rest of my life. I can still make healthy decisions on all of the days except those 4 or 5 days. Okay. Even if you throw in those holiday parties at the office and different things like that, it's still only a handful of days. Don't allow those individual days to turn into basically 8 straight weeks of eating like garbage and treating your health as secondary or way further down the list. Okay. So keep that in mind. It's a holiday, not a month. Okay. Now, the next thing that you can do with all of this craziness and all this extra stuff going on, one of the things that tends to slip for people, especially with the time change even, is it messes with people's rhythm to get into bed and get some good rest. Okay. So number 2 is I want you to be in bed trying to sleep for 7 hours a night. Okay. Now, does that mean you're going to actually sleep for 7 hours a night? Maybe not. Okay. But what that means is I want you to be in bed, lights out, screens away for 7 hours. And you're trying to maximize that 7 hours the best that you can. All right. There's going to be a lot during the holiday season that it's going to keep you up at night, and you're going to have extra appointments and, like I said, those office holiday parties or different things that you have to deal with that are going to interrupt those enough. So if you take this holiday season to prioritize getting good rest every single night, those one-off nights that you're going to have, again, probably like maybe 4 or 5 days throughout the season, it's going to be much better for your body. Your immune system is much stronger and responds much better when you're getting significant amounts of sleep. So if you're getting less than 6, you're doing more harm than good. Okay, so if you tell yourself, I'm going to be in bed for 7 hours, eventually you're going to train yourself to be asleep for 7 hours. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 goes back to kind of tying back into number 1. I want you guys to, as many days as possible, prioritize eating good sources of protein, good veggies, and good fruits. Why? Well, protein is the building block for everything in your body, including all of the cells in your immune system. If you have enough good protein in your body, and no peanut butter in the little peanut butter balls does not count. Okay, I'm talking about things like beef and chicken and fish and shrimp. Okay, those are the best sources. Even things like tofu, edamame, things like that are high source protein. Prioritizing protein to have those building blocks for your immune system to function on is really, really good. And then if you go to vegetables and fruits, that's a twofer, guys, because vegetables and fruits carry with them 2 very important things. One is fiber. And when that fiber from those plants gets into your gut, it helps your body produce, you bet you got it, more robust immune system cells. Okay, that's all of your immune system starts in your gut. If you've got the correct fiber, that plant fiber in your gut, you're going to have a better immune system. Also, veggies and fruits they're like nature's vitamins, right? That's where we get all of our micronutrients, all of our vitamins and all of our minerals comes from, not all of them, but a lot of them come from veggies and fruits. So lean protein sources, good protein sources, veggies and fruits. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who eats, let's just say you eat 3 times a day, over the week, 7 days, that's 21 total meals. Okay. Even if you go out for that, office holiday party, that one night, say, let's just say it's an end of the week, it's a Friday night, and that's dinner and hanging out. That's 1 out of 21 opportunities to fuel your body really, really well, so that one doesn't cancel out all the rest of those meals. Okay. So choose to prioritize protein, veggies, and fruits the most, or the majority of the season, the bulk of the season, and you're going to have a much better time getting through this holiday season. All right. Number 4, when you go out for those holiday parties and those family parties and those office parties, I'm going to teach you guys a rule that I adopted when I started riding motorcycles. Okay. So I had a rule that when I was riding motorcycles, or if I was around motorcycle riders, the rule was 1, but not 1 more. Okay. Meaning I will have 1 adult beverage with you, but I will not have 1 more. Why? Well, a couple of reasons. 1, if I'm on a motorcycle, I just kind of had a rule when I was on my motorcycle, I didn't have any. But if I was with motorcycle riders, I would have 1, but not 1 more. Why? Because I wanted to be as alert as possible to keep them safe. Well, okay, but adult beverages are fun. They are fun. But you know what isn't fun? The hangover the next day that tends to last, into the week, right? For those of us that are pushing into their late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, that one night at the office party, instead of recovering the next day, we're at a point in our lives where it takes us 2 or 3 days to recover from a night full of drinking. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. So choose a beverage that you can kind of sip on through a big chunk of the night, and then have things like sparkling water with lime, or some diet sodas or something like that. So you can still participate in that I have a drink in my hand kind of vibe, but you're also not destroying yourself for the next day or the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, so keep that in mind. 1, but not 1 more. Now, am I saying don't have 2? Okay, no. Okay, 2 probably would be okay, but you have to cut it off there, right? And so that's why I have that rule. 1, but not 1 more. All right. Rule number 5. Get some sun. Guys, we're already into fall. We're heading into winter. The amount of available sunlight for most of us in the United States has come down a little bit. So we need to figure out ways to get ourselves outside for about 30 minutes a day. Now, we haven't hit it yet in Colorado, but it is going to start getting cold and snowy and slushy and uncomfortable to be outside. That's okay. I'm not asking you to be out there for hours. I'm asking you for 30 minutes. So throw on a jacket, throw on some gloves, throw on a beanie, and go for a walk. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be all crazy outside. Just go be outside for 30 minutes. Get some sunlight on your face and into your eyes. And what I recommend for people, unless it's terribly snowy and you get that sun reflecting off of that snow, try to be outside without sunglasses, because when you get sunlight through your eyes, tying back to number two, it helps you sleep better at night. So try to get outside 30 minutes a day. Now, this is also a great opportunity for those of you guys that don't know, in the CrossFit world, there's something called world-class fitness in 100 words. And the very last line is regularly learn and play new sports. It's one of the things that keeps us young. So maybe this is an opportunity for you to go and learn a cool winter sport. Maybe you haven't learned how to ski or snowboard yet. Maybe you want to take up snowshoeing or cross-country skiing. Or maybe you want to get just outside and do some fun sledding with your kids on the local sledding hill. Go and play and build some enjoyment into the fact that, yeah, it's cold, but I'm having fun. Maybe go find a reason to be outside that way, okay? And then the last one, number 6, is be in the gym 3 to 4 days a week. Now, the caveat to that is, well, what if I don't have a gym membership? Okay, then do some kind of exercise 3 to 4 days a week. And then through the holiday season, because schedules are a little hectic, this is where I'm going to recommend, you know what, if you're feeling a little groggy, if you're feeling a little hungover because you went a little too hard at the office party last night, things like that, give yourself permission during this season to show up to the gym and what I call check the box. Get a little sweaty, choose weights that are a little lighter than you normally would, talk to your coach about like scaling the rep counts down or something like that, where you're in the gym, you're getting sweaty, you're checking that box, you're being physically active, but you're maybe not crushing your workouts the way you normally would. That's okay, because you know what? Fitness will be achieved no matter what. And sometimes fitness looks like, hey, I'm just going to run some maintenance for a couple of weeks while I get through this season. And this can just be a stress relief for me rather than a stressor for me. In fact, that's what the gym should be anyway, right? You should want to go to the gym as a stress release. It shouldn't be something that stresses you out. And if it does, talk to your coach about that. We might be able to help you out building a plan so that the gym is something you enjoy rather than get stressed out about. Okay, guys, that's it. That's my 6 tips to survive the holidays. Real quick, rehashing them. Be in bed at least 7 hours a night. Remember that it's a holiday, not a holimonth. Prioritize protein, veggies, and fruits everywhere you can. Have one drink, but not one more when you go out for those holiday parties. Go out and get some sun, even if it's cold and snowy. And then the last thing, get into the gym 3 to 4 days a week so that you can move your body and feel fit and feel good through this holiday season. All right, guys, that is it. Happy holiday season to all of you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you in December.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Excellent Way. If you or a loved one need help building your excellent life, reach out to us at www.crossfitelm.com.